Well, our market monitor tonight says his stock picking strategy has less to do with the skirmishes going on in Washington and more to do with the fundamentals of individual companies. So far, that strategy seems to be working for him. The fund he manages, the Chase Mid-Cap Growth Fund, is up more than 25% this year. Joining us now, Brian Lazorishak. He's portfolio manager with Chase Investment Counsel. Brian, nice to have you back on the program. I want to ask you a little bit about your strategy. Are you saying that these triple-digit gains that we've been getting on the Dow, or if we get big, sharp declines next week, you're not paying attention to them? It's just sort of noise in the background and you're going about business as usual?
Thanks for having me, Susie. I wouldn't say we're not paying attention to them. However, we're trying to lean against some of that volatility a little. You've certainly seen volatility over the last couple of weeks, both to the downside previously and then the upside over the last couple of days. And for the most part, we're trying to use that as opportunity to either add to positions we like in our portfolio or sometimes on those good days take a little bit off the table.
Brian, nice to have a stock picker from my home state of Virginia, first off. Why don't we just get to some of your picks here, because that's what people really want to know. And your first one is Harley-Davidson. They'd had a rough patch, but I guess they're coming back.
Sure, Tyler. Harley-Davidson is a very long-term. People have always thought of it as a growth company. But as you said, they went through a difficult couple of years, really seem to be getting things back on track. And one of the things we favor in our process is earnings momentum. And to use a little bit of a pun, earnings are really accelerating for Harley-Davidson right now. They really have some strong improvements for the 2014 model year. People are getting excited about. And we think that it has a pretty good future going forward.
Your next pick is a ticker symbol JAH. This is Jarden Corporation. People might not know what this is, but they know the brands, right?
Yeah, Susie, Jarden is a conglomerate of household brands. So while most people don't know Jarden, everybody's heard of some of their brands like Coleman and Crock-Pot, Rawlings Sporting Goods, K2 Skis. And recently the company acquired Yankee Candle. It's a rather significant acquisition for them. It's going to push earnings this year on top of what were already a good earnings profile. So we're looking at a company that's growing in the teens and is trading for about 12 times next year's earnings. Pretty attractive valuation to us.
And you like Dollar Tree?
Yeah, Dollar Tree is kind of the classic conservative growth and consistency of growth story. That's one of the things we really favor in our process. Dollar Tree really grew earnings through the last two recessions without a hiccup. Certainly the stock can underperform some of the more exciting peers when people get really excited about the market, but it is a very good long-term story and we like it here.
One thing I'm noticing with all of these stock picks that you're giving us, Brian, is that they've really had a great run-up over the past year. I don't know if there's still upside, so address that, but also tell us about your last pick, Euronet Worldwide, EEFT, and this one trades on the NASDAQ.
Yeah, and of those, Euronet Worldwide over the last year or so has been the best performer. Actually, that good performance is something we look for in our process. We favor strong relative price performance, but at the same time, we pay attention to valuation. So a stock like Euronet can do quite well, but as long as the earnings power is good and earnings continue to grow, we'll still invest in it. Euronet is in several businesses. They operate ATM networks in Europe. They do gift cards and prepaid phone cards as well as money transfer. So a really interesting collection of businesses and a good investment opportunity to our eye.
All right, all sounds good. Any disclosures to make, Brian?
Own all four of those stocks through my holdings of the Chase Mid-Cap Growth Fund.
All right, thank you so much. Have a great weekend. Brian Lazorishak, sorry about that, Brian, with Chase Investment Counsel.